Oh, hello. You just caught me reading about chronic spasmodic dysphonia. My name is Kath Lingenfelter, and I wrote the episode You Must Remember This, which is episode 12, season 7, on House. The case. About 2 years ago, was reading an article about a woman. She was diagnosed with hyperthymesia, and that just means extreme autobiographical memory. And I was really taken with the notion of what life would be like if you remembered everything, every single moment. And most people would assume that it's this great gift, and in fact for her it's been this terrible curse. Every memory that she relives as if it was the original moment. So yes, she can revisit her happiest times, but also she's plagued with her worst memories. And I chose to explore the relationship of her and her sister. I have sisters, and this is sort of an exaggeration of relationships with your sisters where you will do anything for each other, but you usually don't let anything go. But in times of crisis and in times of need, the wonderful thing about family is you show up. So when Masters goes and asks Elena for her kidney to save her sister's life, she barely hesitates. She says yes, of course, even though they're estranged. And then at the end, for Nadia to sacrifice this thing that makes her unique, and it's her identity in many, many ways, but she's willing to give that up to have a relationship with her sister now that she has this finite amount of time left. This is my first season writing on House. Long-time viewer, first-time writer, and as a fan of the show, my favorite thing about the show is the relationship between House Wilson. So I definitely, in putting this episode together, wanted to do a House Wilson B-story. We now have this reversal where, for the first time, House is in a stable relationship, and he's got a woman, and Wilson is the one that's alone. And there's a level of guilt that House feels because of that, and that puts House ill at ease. But also, as a friend, he wants to see his friend happy. And House is always looking for something to get into, and I think his senses are highly attuned to Wilson. So he immediately picks up on something is up with Wilson. Little anecdote, a little fun fact about the cat in the episode, Rocky. He was the action cat used in Stuart Little, which also starred Hugh Laurie. So that was a reunion between cat and actor. Maybe I'm just reading into it, but when Hugh had his scenes with Rocky, we actually had trouble with Hugh's mic because the cat was purring so loudly. So I like to think that the cat remembered Hugh and was purring so loudly that we had to reshoot some of his lines because you couldn't hear it over the purring. Another fun cat fact is that Robert Sean Leonard was very self-conscious about his sneeze acting. He didn't feel like his sneezes came across, and was running around set going, I need something to help me sneeze. And all the makeup women are on their phones searching what can help you make you sneeze, and we couldn't figure out, and he's like, just get me some pepper, get me some pepper. And so Robert Sean Leonard snorted pepper up his nose, which didn't help him sneeze at all, but burned the inside of his nose and his sinuses. So in between takes, he was just like, oh, he was so miserable. But I think his sneeze acting was great. I don't know why he was worried about it. He suffers for his art.